Hi guys, it's Regan from Concourse Marketing, and in today's video we're going to go over what to ask SEO consultants and the 7 key questions that you need to ask. And this is for people who are looking to hire an SEO consultant, or maybe you're looking for advice on SEO, and we're going to get into the 7 questions that you must ask them moving forward. So question number 1, can you explain to me what SEO is exactly? So the reason that this is a great question for anyone who's looking to hire an SEO consultant, even if you already have a basic understanding or a great understanding, is just to see exactly where they're at. And it's a great way of making sure that what they're going to do for you is business oriented. So a great answer that we drafted up here is search engine optimization is the discipline of increasing your website's visibility in the search engine results pages, or the SERPs, by implementing on-page SEO, off-page SEO, and local SEO tactics to increase organic traffic, lead generation, and sales for your business. Now, the key aspect to that, and the most important bit to this, is the fact that it's business oriented. We're talking about lead generation, we're talking about sales. For example, Search Engine Land also define SEO as the process of improving your site to increase its visibility, but also end by stating to garner attention and attract prospective and existing customers. So it's that last bit that's important. You don't want to be dealing with an SEO consultant or expert that isn't grounding what they're going to do for you into the business performance side. If they're just focused on increasing your visibility and increasing keywords, yeah, that's fantastic, but they should have that understanding that at the end of the day, an SEO campaign is to drive business. Question number 2, how will I know that SEO is working? So this question's more designed to understand how the communication is going to be between you and your SEO consultant. So a great answer to this question would be something on the lines, here's how it works. We build a custom SEO strategy and we deliver at the start of the month with objectives and a justified plan of action. We then provide an end of month report that goes over certain KPIs and shows exactly if we hit the target, we missed the target, or we exceeded the target. So the reason that's a great answer is because they're making it very clear you're going to get communication for at the start of the month and the end of the month. We're going to set a clear plan of action tied into objectives, and then at the end of the month we're going to review whether that was successful or not. Now, what you're looking for, the key thing you're looking for, and what you need to run for the hills for if you see, is if they just haven't got a clue of how they're going to communicate with you and how they're going to show you how it's working. At the end of the day, you don't want to be spending money and investing into SEO and not having a clue if it's working because there's a lack of a communication from the consultant. Question number 3, when will I see an ROI with SEO, or return on investment? Now, the truth of the matter with SEO is this will very much depend. It'll depend on your website's existing domain authority, the opportunities that surround your business, how good or established your product or service is in the market already. There's a lot of variables. A great answer to this question that we drafted was that basically it's a great question and we'll do everything we can to get your money back as soon as possible with a significant return on investment. But it does depend on those variables and your starting point. And the aim moving forward is that we're going to focus on getting you that return as fast as possible and show you month by month how we're progressing towards a return. Now, what you want to avoid with this is if the consultant starts over-promising, telling you you're going to be ranking for very competitive keywords in month 1. And this one's just a little bit of I don't want to say a trap, but it's one that you can screen out the charlatans of the industry and make sure you're dealing with someone who's realistic and pragmatic. Question number 4, can you walk me through your SEO costing? Now, this one's really simple. It's one where you just need to internally understand their pricing and it needs to make sense. It needs to have common sense grounded in the pricing. There's too many SEO packages and agencies out there that are pricing SEO services where one package is dramatically higher than another package, but there's not much reasoning behind it, or it's hard to understand what the distinctions are between the pricing. So if someone was to ask us that, just the drafted up answer we have would be yes, absolutely. We have 3 SEO packages. The SEO Essentials package, which is £600 a month, Enterprise £1,500, Corporate £2,400. All the packages contain a custom SEO strategy, and the key difference between them is the amount of time that's invested in each package. So it's very clear if you're investing 600 versus 1200, you're just going to get double the allocated strategic time. So from like a logical observation, it's very clear that the difference in pricing is just the output. If again you ask this question and it's not clear, you need to make sure that you ask them, that you follow up with the hard questions and say, look, this doesn't make sense to me. What's the difference between this package and this package? And they should be able to clearly explain that for you. Question number 5. Can you guarantee me first place SEO rankings? Now this is a great question, and it's this one is a trap question. This one is to get those people who are just trying to win your business and they're not concerned about the results. So a great answer to this question should be something on the lines of, we can't guarantee you a first place ranking on any given keyword, but we can guarantee you that we'll be 100% committed to delivering the optimal SEO strategy to get you first place rankings. Now, if anyone tells you anything otherwise than that, it's very important to know that Google Webmaster itself has declared that no one can guarantee a first place ranking on any given keyword. So if somebody goes along the route of telling you, yeah, we're going to get you number 1 in month 1 for this keyword, and it's a highly competitive keyword, you want to follow up with a difficult question and say something on the lines of, it's my understanding nobody can guarantee first place rankings, as search engines such as Google, Yahoo and Bing ultimately determine what gets the rankings, and then they'll either crumble in the seat, or they'll elaborate on that, and then it's your decision whether if you're dealing with an expert or you're concerned with their answer. Question number 6. Can you tell me the risks involved with SEO? So this one's a great one because you're looking for a balanced answer. You're looking for something on the lines of, yes, there are risks like all investments. However, here's how we're going to mitigate those risks. That's the answer in general you're looking for. But if the consultant starts to just bring up an extensive list of risks and reasons why they're not going to perform, and ultimately trips themselves up, you might have just saved yourself a lot of money from investing in them, because they will use these risks and reasoning for not performing well. They will use that as justification for not making your SEO campaign effective. So again, what you're looking for here is just a balanced answer, something on the lines of, yes, there are risks, but relatively low risks, and we will see month-to-month progression. But if someone starts just telling you, well, these are the risks, and they give you a list of 20 reasons why your SEO campaign and your investment could be at risk, you want to run for the hills. And then question number 7, the final question: what makes you different to other SEO professionals? So this one's a great question, especially if you're asking multiple contractors and multiple SEO consultants and you're considering a range of different providers. This one, you want to see what their USP is, their unique selling point, and you want to know what makes this individual different. Now, if again all you get is an hesitation and you get not a very clear answer in terms of what does make them different, then that lack of thought, it might be something just to question. But what is it about how you operate that is higher quality than the average SEO consultant is another great follow-up question. Again, anything that can differ them from the average or a low quality worker is going to increase your confidence in hiring them for your their SEO expertise. Okay guys, so just some final thoughts on today's video on what to ask SEO consultants. Use your intuition, use your business acumen, you're in business, use your gut, and if you're speaking to someone and there's something that just doesn't quite feel right, make sure you ask those hard questions. Today's list is just the initial list of some of the things that you should consider asking, but if there's something that's particular to your service and your products and something that's important to you, make sure you ask those hard questions. It's very important that you ask them up front and you get the right expectations moving forward with your provider. Now, just in terms of that, that's today's video over. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you can comment below, subscribe, like the video, it's much appreciated. And also check out the full blog post in the description below. There's a link, give it a click and have a read through all the questions you should ask SEO consultants. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.